What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be doing a review of the Rival RS100 Sparring Gloves, so stay tuned. What's up, guys? Carlo here, and today we have these Rival RS100 Sparring Gloves. We'll do a close-up weigh-in review on. This glove has been out for, I'd say, about 2 years now. It's their newest style of sparring gloves as far as a model goes. It's not like a 2.0 like the RS1 2.0. This is its entirely own series. It does have a headgear as well as a groin protector that matches with this this glove. But as you can see, I got mine in blue. It does use a microfiber leather, which is a synthetic type of leather exterior. Probably one of the better synthetics I've tried when it comes to boxing gloves. Very durable, has a nice thick grainy feel to it. Doesn't feel cheap or inexpensive. And you can see that the Rival logos screen printed on the back of the glove. And then you do have its patented angled wrist right there. It doesn't have the lace track system like the RS1, where you have the little channels where the laces can sit in. But nonetheless, you do have that angled cuff. It says Rival Professional 100 Series, which is actually a rubberized patch that's recessed inside the wrist. RS100 Professional, that's stitched on. You do have the nice microfiber tricot style liner on the inside, which is really nice. It doesn't bunch up. And then you have this rounded cuff right here. It says 16-ounce sparring, ergonomic true fist construction. You do have this white leather trim where the laces are at. And then you do have a mesh palm and grip bar and an attached thumb, which is fully attached right there in the silver. Again, the Rival logo on the fingertip compartment. And overall, just kind of give you guys a nice look. So overall, a really nicely constructed glove and definitely one of the better looking sparring gloves. So let's go ahead and put this on the scale and see how much these guys weigh. Again, they're advertised as a 16-ounce glove. And let's check it out. You can also see the padding consistency here. They use a multi-layer foam padding, just like the RS1. And yes, I will be doing a comparison review between the RS1 and the RS100 and which one I think is better. But you can see it has kind of a medium to firm density. It's not super soft. It's actually really good for sparring and for bag work. So the right glove comes in at 15.6 ounces and the left glove is right at 15.7. So they're almost exactly 15.8. They're almost exactly on weight with each other and almost at 16 ounces. So awesome gloves. Let's go ahead and do this review. What's up, guys? Carlo here, and today I'll be doing a review of the Rival RS100 Sparring Gloves. I got them in the blue color scheme, 16 ounces. It's a lace-up closure only glove. You can also get this in red, black, and white, aside from this blue color you have here, as well as anywhere between 14 and 18 ounces. So you do have a little bit larger sizes. This is intended to be a sparring glove. That's not to say that you can't use this for bag work or mitt work, but the intention and the design of the glove is more geared towards sparring. Rival also offers a matching headgear and groin protector as well. So if you're looking at getting the complete set to match the gloves, you can do so as well. Now, design-wise, looking at this glove, it uses a microfiber leather construction, and I noticed that Rival, with a lot of their gear and their gloves, they're starting to kind of go towards the microfiber leather, the polyurethane synthetics, rather than the genuine leather. And in terms of synthetics that they use, I think Rival use probably some of the best synthetic leather that I've seen, both in terms of the quality, the durability, the thickness, and the feel of the leather, or should I say the microfiber leather. And this actual glove has a medium to large profile. It's not super compact, even though the hand compartment does really wrap around your hand nicely. It does have a little bit of a larger to medium, I would say, profile, as you can see here. And the blue on this glove actually has kind of a pearlescent look to it. I wouldn't say it's metallic, but it has kind of a slight shine to it. It's not a navy blue. It's not like a royal blue. It has more of a subdued look to it. And you do have the Rival logo that's screen printed on the back. That looks really nice. On down onto the wrist, you do have this rubberized Rival Professional 100 series patch that's actually recessed into the back of the wrist, which I really like. Again, Rival does a really nice job of using a little bit more premium components on their equipment. Typically with some gloves, especially the lower end, the entry-level gloves, you'll typically see like a patch that's kind of just stitched onto the top of the wrist, and that can cause cuts and scrapes. So I like how they recessed that in there. The RS100 Professional is actually stitched in. And then when you're looking at the actual cuff, you do have a white cuff right here with a Tricot moisture wicking liner on the inside. Has kind of a microfiber feel to it. And about a 1/2 inch of padding on the back that is nice and firm, as well as on the palm side right here along the wrist, you do have about a 1/4 inch of padding right here on the palm side. So when you put your hand in here, your wrist gets nicely locked in. You do have the 16-ounce sparring that's stitched in right here. And then again, the ergonomic true fist construction, which they advertise with this glove. Nice long laces right here that goes down, this white piping on the laces. So that looks really good. One other thing to note, and that's a little bit different than the RS1, is that you do have the angled wrist right here, but you don't have the wrist lock technology like you do in the RS1, where you have the channels that the laces sit down on. I'm not sure the reason why they went away from that, other than just making sure that this glove is a different glove from the RS1 series. So I just think they went away with that in this particular glove model. And then going up, you do have a little bit of padding around the palm area right here. And then you go up to this mesh palm right here, which is for breathability and to allow your hands to air out. Obviously, the one thing I don't like about mesh, the big drawback, is that it typically wears out faster. Obviously, it gets dirty, you can discolor, which is not a huge issue. That's just more of an aesthetic. But it typically can end up getting snagged. So if you have any kind of Velcro, if you end up throwing this into your gym bag and you have Velcro in there from like your hand wraps, sometimes the hand wraps can snag on this mesh, and when you pull on it, it kind of rips the mesh apart. So that's kind of the downside to that, kind of a drawback to the mesh. But again, it does a really nice job of keeping your hands cool. And then you have this medium grip bar that has a nice firm feel to it, and then a fully attached thumb right here that goes along the thumb, as well as the index finger with the silver thumb. So obviously your two primary colors is going to be the blue, the silver, and then your third color is going to be the white that kind of outlines the glove. Now the quality of the glove is actually really nice. These gloves are made in China, and the stitching is actually really good. The quality of this microfiber polyurethane exterior is really good. Rival does a really nice job with the little details of this glove. Stitching looks pretty good overall. When you're looking at the glove, I don't really find any errors in terms of the stitching. The material on the inside is bonded nicely to the exterior microfiber. You can see that they do a nice job of folding everything into the seams. All the stress areas that you typically see, they do a really good job there where the thumb is at. The thumb seam looks really good, nicely reinforced. The wrist area looks good. The inside liner is really nice. It doesn't bunch up. It doesn't have too much excess material. The only area I would say is an area of opportunity with this glove is you can tell where they actually cut sections of this microfiber, which was probably joined to another section for another set of gloves. So typically probably it's like an assembly line where you have a large piece of microfiber leather, and then they probably have a die that they use to cut to come out with this section of the glove. So you can actually see where they have the little connection mark right here, and you can also see right here on the palm, right where the not the microfiber, but the mesh material meets up with. So I mean, obviously that's not a huge deal whatsoever. It doesn't affect anything other than the looks of it, but it would have been nice to see that kind of cleaned up. That way you don't have those little cut marks right there. But outside of that, the quality on these gloves are really nice. I really like them, even though that they're a synthetic glove. They've held up pretty well. Now the actual comfort of the glove is probably the biggest selling point of this glove. When you put your hand in here, like many Rival products, they do a really nice job of making the glove feel very ergonomic to your hand. More of a natural fist position, your hand is positioned correctly. I have medium-sized hands, so you can see how far down the cuff goes onto my arms. A little bit more of a longer cuff. And the one other drawback I found with this cuff compared to the RS1 is the cuff is a little bit on the larger size. Even for 16 ounces, you can see, even with my hand wraps on, I can actually stick like kind of 2 fingers inside there. And there's a little bit of kind of an open space with this cuff right here. So even when I have this laced up, because of how stiff this cuff is with the laces laced down, you do have a little bit of extra room in here. So if I were to do it all over again, I probably would have went with the 14s. They would probably have been a little bit more form-fitting. But do keep in mind, if you do have a little bit skinnier forearms, some guys might have some big forearms, and that's good. That's a good thing. You can fill that in. But there's If you do have a little bit skinnier forearms, you might feel like there's a little bit of a gap inside there, so just something to look out for. But the palm feels really good. The wrist support feels nice right here as far as the padding goes. The thumb is in an excellent position. You don't feel like it jams at all at the top. I don't feel like the seam pinches down. And then the fingertip compartment is really nice. It's pretty deep. One thing I wish it would have is a little bit more of a rolled grip. I wouldn't even say grip bar, but a finger grip bar right here. That way you can really kind of roll over your fist a little bit more. This grip bar is in a nice position, and the actual fingers, you don't feel like you're collapsing on each other. It doesn't feel like the compartment's too wide as well. Now the actual glove feel itself, it does have some breaking in to do. This glove is a little bit on the stiff side initially. When I got this, I was actually surprised at a little bit how stiff it is, and that's just because of the material that they use is microfiber, and then the multi-layer foam padding they use in there is going to take some time to really break in. They actually advertise that on the Rival website that there is definitely a break-in period with this glove. You can actually see that I can make a fist really well, but opening and closing, like opening your hand to parry shots, is going to take a little bit longer to really get it that nice flexible feel, that really completely broken feel that you like to feel with this glove when you put it on. But overall, it feels fantastic. I feel like the ergonomics are spot on with this glove. Now the protection and performance, again, is great with this glove. It does use a multi-layer foam padding right here. And you can see it does have kind of a medium to firm density. It's definitely not soft. It's not a puncher's glove. And it's really good for sparring. And that's the main thing with this glove, is being able to protect yourself and your partner. And it does a really nice job of not being unforgiving in terms of the padding, but enough to where you protect your knuckles and your wrist and your forearms. But you can see it has a medium density to it. Nice striking surface right here, not too rounded out. So you can use this for bag work and mitt work as well, and kind of use it as a general purpose glove, even though the main intention and design of this glove is to be for sparring. But overall performs really nice. You get a nice solid crack with these gloves. It doesn't give you as much feedback as some of the other gloves I've felt. It's a little bit more on the protective side, but again, that's because it's more of a sparring glove and you're not really looking to get more of a puncher's glove where you feel the impact really go through into your knuckles. One other great thing about this glove is they distribute the weight of the foam and the material on this glove really well. So you can see both ways that I'm holding, whether it's on the fist end or on the wrist end, the glove has a nice distribution. It doesn't feel like it's too top heavy or bottom heavy. So definitely like the performance and the quality of the glove as well as the comfort. And then lastly is going to be cost. So that's going to be the big thing with this glove. These gloves are $189 or $190, which is some of their more expensive gloves, especially if, I believe it's actually their most expensive sparring glove. For $189, I know that's kind of a tough pill to swallow for a lot of people at that price point. A lot of people, once they get to that $200 range, they kind of like venture off into like winning or whatnot. But I actually think this glove is really nice. Even for a microfiber glove, I don't know if I would pay $189. I think I would probably, to me, this is more like a $150 or below. And that's the reason I say that is because I'm going to do a comparison review between this and the RS1, which I actually like more than the RS100. Well, I'll talk about that later on. But at the price point, I think it's a little bit on the high side. If it came down a little bit, or if you can get them for a discount, then I think they would be a good glove for you. So if you guys have any questions or comments, make sure you guys leave them down below in the comments box. I'll put the link in the description box where you can find these Rival RS100 sparring gloves. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.